Is this thing on? Oh, my bad. Sorry, I was spacing out. Where do I begin? Oh, I'm still mind blown. Here it is, 4/14/2022. 5 days after the Revolution tour in Peoria, Illinois, on 4/9/2022. As you can tell, I'm still kind of mind blown and I can't still get my thoughts straight. So, just bear with me. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. I know I should be in bed, but I've got bad insomnia, so. Anyway. Why does that date mean so much to me? 4/9/2022. The Revolution tour. One of the best concerts that I ever been to. Seriously. I've been to at least about give or take 20 different concerts that I know of. And by far, this is the best. That was the best concert that I ever been to. And I still have my ticket, which I'm not letting go. If I can get it into focus. I'll get to that name on that ticket here in a second. Who that name is and why that name is basically pretty sentimental here in a second. But let me get to this review right quick. Well, my personal review on the Revolution tour 4/9/22. Starting up first. Hang on. Hold up. Before I do that, give me a quick second. And I'm back. So, yeah, I got my notes and I had to kind of find out what the whole set list of the songs were for the show. Starting off with Diamante. Oh, Diamante. Ha! I did not even know that Diamante was a part of All That Remains Thunder Rolls cover. And I I knew that voice sounded so familiar. But I couldn't put two and two together until I actually went to that concert. But first off, they played Ghost Myself, which I thought was pretty dope. That was a good opening song. I will agree that was great. Uh then it went into, I believe, Haunted. Haunted was pretty good. That Haunted actually, some of the lyrics I could kind of relate to. Uh I f- Give me a quick second here. Let me get some knowledge up in here right quick. Or some information right quick. This is why I love having a computer and being able to actually look up songs and stuff like this for information. Hang on. No, not that one. There we go. Okay. That song kind of, in my opinion, just by looking at the lyrical content, kind of resembles how I feel with me and my girl, my girlfriend that I've had for at least 2 years, on and off, really. Uh, Needless to say, like, I know, like, her and I have had our ups and downs, but, you know, we're working on, you know, building us back together, you know what I'm saying? So, but, back to what I was saying. Uh, Basically, how it says, I'm the face you see inside, and your own reflection, the mirror never lies. Come out at night, I'll be your only friend. I'm just a breath behind. I kind of feel like, with that being said, kind of like my spirit kind of haunts her. You know what I'm saying? Like, knowing how good of a guy I was towards her, when her and I split up, she had some fucked up shit that's happened to her. Sorry for my language, but she's had some messed up stuff that's happened to her. And I just feel like, that song right there kind of shows a bit how fucked up our lives have been, I would say. Yes, I do vape. I still have a habit for nicotine, I know. I need to quit. But, anyway, yeah, that's all on Haunted. So, next song was American Dream. You know, about that song, I can kind of relate because my my grandparents, back when I was young, like a young kid, they were, actually producing stage shows here, well, basically in my area. And needless to say, like, my grandparents were nonetheless they could have been somebody really well known if they were to go to Hollywood and lived an American dream, if you would say, about, you know, being maybe a part of Hollywood. But to tell you the truth, I mean, I'm blessed to know that I'm not a part of Hollywood. And I don't even really want to be. I've seen the demons that's inside Hollywood, you know. I'm not gonna lie. Why should I lie when I have Jesus Christ? I mean, I'm not scared to even tell my truth. You know, that's my American dream. Why shall we not be able to live by the truth instead of lies that they make us perceive to live by? Think about that. They want to change your reality. But, like I said, my American dream is to know that I'm trying to live for Christ. Trying to be. And I'm wanting to see this world. I want to see this world. Perceive this world. Into my reality with others. To see Christ. To see other people live through Christ in their lives. And I had to live by lies. That's just my opinion. That's my perception. Anyway, number 4 on the list. I love myself for hating you. That was a good one. I loved it. The guitar riffs and all that too. And that really in all your songs are freaking insane. Insanely good. I don't really have much to really say on that. besides, like, my perception on it, like, to all my ex-girlfriends, that I've had, I mean, by the grace of God, I do, give all forgiveness to anybody, but seriously, I do love myself for hating them, you know, because I mean, they've put me through so much shit in my life that, you know, I'm glad that I turned myself around instead of, you know, not one to dwell on how my life has treated me because of people trespassing on me, But you gotta love yourself through the hate that you get. You know what I'm saying? So, uh, serves you right. I don't know. I can't really say much about that one. Um, like how that song really meant or whatever something to me. Uh, Other than all, it was a damn good song. Not giving you all discredit on anything. It was a damn good song. Uh, anyway, let's go to number 6 on the list. Iris. Your guys' cover to Iris. Phenomenal. Phenomenal cover. And you doing it solo, Diamante. And I love that's how your name is. Like, with your band and your name. That's so awesome. Uh, I would have never thought that that would have been covered by anybody else. To tell you the truth. And you with Breaking Benjamin, because I watched the video on it, that's a tearjerker. It is. Like, Iris from Goo Goo Dolls was, you know, already a kind of a sentimental song to me already because my grandmother loved that song. And she passed away in 2004. And that's when all my freaking abuse from childhood, well, teenagehood started. And me being bullied and all that started, really. And that's when I developed, my PTSD and whatnot. But my grandma literally was my saint. Same way with my dad. they were amazing people. I'm gonna show you all something right quick. Who else would ever do this on camera? This is my gift to you all. Because my dad was a dad to everybody. Like I said, I know I felt his spirit with me. Love you, Dad. Anyway. Yeah. Just figured I'd show you, you know. Like I said, you know, that man was such an amazing man to me and everybody that he was around. And I'm not afraid to show that off either, you know. But anyway, sleepwalking. I think I was actually hanging out in the back side. I had to take a breather. So I wasn't really in the arena when when that song was going on, so I couldn't really be there inside the actual environment. You know what I'm saying? I had to step back for a minute. Because after Iris, like, I almost... I almost cried. I almost broke down. I held my composure and whatnot. Plus, I had to go meet up with a friend of mine. But, anyway, yeah. Diamante, you guys were you guys were phenomenal. I give you guys kudos. And then now we have the Pretty Reckless. Before we do that, let me smoke. Alrighty, I'm back. So, let me just say this. As a childhood fan of yours, Taylor Momsen, I am so glad I got to meet the voice of Cindy Lou Who. I'm so happy I have. Seriously. 'Cause that's my movie. I love anything that's got to do with Jim Carrey. you know, uh, I, oh man, it's too late for me to try to do any impressions for Jim Carrey, but, alrighty then. Anyway, I just had to get that off my chest. Taylor Momsen, you are amazing. I knew you had had an amazing voice growing up, you know, and on a truthful note to you, as someone that has lived a bit kind of in the same shoes as you, okay? Before I actually met Jesus Christ, I personally used to kind of worship satanic and kind of occultic beliefs. Back when and this is basically kind of where, like how I grew up, with being bullied and going through abuse at home and all that. I was gothic, but I also, kind of, in a sense, I was kind of occultic, I had occult beliefs, and I just never really knew myself. You know what I'm saying? I never really knew my true self with Christ back then. And I just, I feel so much for you being a part of Hollywood. I really do. Not. And I'm telling you as a diehard fan of your music that I've listened to ever since, your first album. Like, not only that, but, seeing you as a child in that movie, like, I couldn't imagine, the stuff that he had to go through. Really. But besides that, like, all I gotta say is, I hope one day, I hope and pray, you see a time in your life, whether, I don't know if you ever had, or if you ever will, but what I gotta say is, I hope and pray to you that you really find a true light in who you are with Christ. You know what I'm saying? Because I really love you as a person. You know what I'm saying? I truly can see a beautiful woman through Christ and through God within you. You know what I'm saying? but give me a second. I got a text message. Gotta pause. So back to what I was saying. Taylor Momsen, I bless you. I bless your soul. I bless you for, you know, like I said, the person you are. And thank you for coming to Peoria again. After, I think you said like 7 years or something like that. But, it was really good to see you guys. You guys put on an amazing freaking set. But, let me, if you all don't mind, I will go down. And I hope I'm not trying to, I should have put a disclaimer on this. And I'll put one, in a description down below on this video. That, I don't mean, anything out of, like, criticism or, like, whatever. I'm just trying to throw out, my thoughts on how I felt with my first ever Shinedown concert and seeing all you guys play, and I hope you guys do see this. 'Cause, I would love to, reach out to you guys and talk to y'all, But, anyway, starting out, Loud Love. That was a Soundgarden cover. Good choice for a freaking opening. I applaud that. I really do. I really applaud that. That was a good opener. Number 2, I think y'all played was, and it's on the list. And I got these lists, and I'll put the website to where I got all the set lists, where I found them, on the description below of this video. So, I just, wanted to keep it for, like, personal reference on, what concerts I've been to and whatnot. But, anyway, since you're gone, honestly, to tell you the truth, I haven't actually sat down and listened to most of your all's music. Like, I've listened to maybe about, and I'm being personally honest, but, I'll, actually go down the list of the songs that I know from you guys, instead of me actually going through the whole list and me telling y'all how I feel, about every single one of them. I think I heard Make Me Wanna Die, like, once or twice. Make Me Wanna Die, I think, to me, kinda, it feels, kinda, I see where you're feeling out, with going through your life, Taylor, dealing with the drugs and all the fame that you get, through Hollywood and whatnot. And, like what I said before, and I think you said it before, you're not really too much into, Bible stuff and whatnot, but I want to actually read you a Bible verse. Actually, let me look it up on my phone, because I got my Bible on my phone too. For out of the heart proceedeth evil thoughts, murders, adulteries, fornications, thefts, false witnesses, blasphemies. These are the things which defile a man, or woman, if you would. But to eat if unwashed hands defileth not a man or woman. Then Jesus went thence, departed into the coast of Tyre and Sidon. Matthew 15, verse 19. And before that, Jesus says, this is in 16, says, are we also yet without understanding? Do we not yet understand that whosoever entereth in all the mouth goeth into the belly, and is cast out into the draught? But those things which proceedeth out of the mouth come forth from the heart, and they defile the man. And 22 says, behold, a woman of Canaan came out of the same coast and cried unto him, saying, have mercy unto me, O Lord, thou son of David, and my daughter is grievously vexed with the devil. And but he answered her not a word. As his disciples came and besought him, saying, send her away, for she crieth after us. But he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Then came, she said, worshiping him, saying, O Lord, help me. But he answered and said, it is not meet to take the children's bread and to cast it into dogs, or cast it to dogs. She said, truth, Lord. Yet the dogs eat the crumbs which fall from the master's table. And Jesus answered and said unto her, O woman, great is thy faith. O woman, great is thy faith. Be it unto thee even as though, well, and her daughter was made whole from that very hour. This is basically out of Jesus' mouth. This is not out of my mouth. I mean, how can I explain that any more clearly of how Hollywood treats you? And when you see a fan coming to you, you know, with the grace of God, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, who am I to judge? You know what I'm saying? Who am I to really judge on how you base your life? And that's to anybody, you know? But when I see truth in things that other people don't see on a daily basis, how can I lie about that? You know? I just hope, you know, like I said, that you find your peace someday. And I hope you know, understand how Hollywood can treat people like you. I really do. And I mean that truthfully. But thank you for coming back to Peoria once again. That basically, you know, with what I said, kind of covers how I felt with some of and most of your songs that you guys sang. So, with that, let's get on to the meat of the potatoes, shall we? Shinedown. Alrighty. Shinedown, man. Oh, man. Where do I begin with you guys? Where do I begin with you guys? By the grace of God, thank you. By the grace of God, thank you guys. By the grace of Jesus freaking Christ, man. Thank you guys. Wow. Sorry. I had something stuck in my throat. Anyway. I am getting kind of choked up. Like I said, it's really early in the morning. Now it's like about almost 4 o'clock. Well, it's 3:14 in the morning. And sorry if I have bad teeth. If y'all see my teeth when I smile, I've got a bad genetic gum disease that tears away my gums. So even if I brush my teeth rot out anyway. So it's a genetic thing that I gotta deal with. Anyway. And if y'all don't like my damn smile, God bless you. Anyway. Oh, where do I begin with you guys, man? For real. If it wasn't for bands like you guys too, I would not be here today. I don't know how my life would be if I did not have music and from you guys too. Like, wow. Wow. Like I said, man, it's taken me 5 days to get my mind straight. To really get my, to get my thoughts in order about how I felt with seeing you guys live for the first time. And I'm 30 years old, and I've listened to you guys ever since I was like 10, at least, for 20 years. For 20 years, I have never seen y'all live. And this is where the first part of the video I was talking about how I showed this ticket. If it'll get into frickin' focus, come on. Come on. There we go. You see that name? You see that name? Okay, Brent. This is very sentimental to me. Now I'm going to tell you why, Brent. I've been a huge fan of yours for 20 years, man. Years ago, I left my town of Market Heights. And I was like about 10 years old. Like 10, 11 years old. That's when I first started listening to you guys as a kid. Fast forward 20 years later, man. I'm so blessed to be basically adopted in by somebody that was, really close to my family. And that name on that ticket, Rose Taylor, is who bought the ticket for me. She's a huge fan of yours too. She's seen you like 5 different times. And one of them, which I sent you a message on Instagram about this. Her brother before he passed away, bro, back in 2012, he was suffering from a brain tumor, also suffering from colon cancer. He still made it out before your all's concert came to Bloomington. I think my aunt has the ticket of that show still, because I think I've seen it. He came out of that surgery 2 days later, before that concert started, bro, and still showed up before he passed away. Ten years later, bro, she took me to see you guys. And that's from the grace of Jesus Christ, bro. Seriously. I was meant to go there to see y'all play. I sent you a picture from the Journal Star in Peoria, Illinois, where they were shooting a shot towards where we were at. I put an arrow where I was standing at. You guys are so fucking amazing to my life, man. Every single song on your freaking set list. This is my life. Do I have to say anything else? Saints of Violence and Innuendo. I've already been starting a freaking revolution to help my best friend out of fucking jail for false allegations on him that he has never fucking done. He's an innocent man, and you guys are holding him captive. You are holding a captive. You are holding a freaking innocent man behind bars. Who has never touched a damn child in his fucking life sexually. Where is this world coming to when G where's this world coming to when we see all that shit on fucking media? When you're patronizing all this sexual immorality on television. And you're allowing all this to happen. Why? Is it because of some sort of plan? Huh? Is it? Well, you don't know God's plan. No. You don't know God's plan whatsoever. So here comes the saints of the violence and innuendo. Devil. Ain't we all? Or don't we all have devils that we had to deal with? Ain't it just because of just how life in general has treated all of us. Is that why we have devils? Is it because of how the sin of this world has cast us away from the grace of Jesus Christ to make us all conformed to our own inner devils and demons that we all had to deal with in life? I know I have a lot of devils. I played with them too, you know. I'm not gonna lie. But I know what my Savior is. And that's my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. 'Cause even if I had played with my devils before, they can't play with me anymore. So here we come with Planet Zero. Ain't that the truth, man? Ain't that the dead honest truth? Down here on Planet Zero, we live like no tomorrow. I think we reached our ceiling. They are canceling our feelings. All to better days, or so they say, but I don't think so. I mean, if you want my state of my head, I'm sorry if I'm making puns with your guys' songs, but I mean, like I said, your guys' whole track list, your whole set list was just a whole story of my life played out in front of me. I didn't really need to talk about everything, about how I feel, because y'all already sang it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could go down each track right now and say bit by bit of every single part of what is going on and how it has gone on in my life with your guys' songs. And it's what we all see, that we all are, that we all are basically blinded by in life too, We are all blinded by how Satan has treated all of us, And we are all God's children. Not any single one of us is casted out by the grace of God. It don't say, now, just one. It says all. All have fallen and come short from the grace of God. For the wages of sin is death, but the gift of God is eternal, through Jesus Christ our Lord. Romans 6:23. I mean, like I said, I know I was meant to be there. I was meant to be there at that concert. I was meant to see you live. I, I, I'm so blessed to know that I had that experience. And I'm so honored to have that experience shared, you know, with you guys. You know, Call Me in general, man. I don't know if you've seen it, but the guy that was on the upper row on 113, I bawled my eyes out during your song Call Me, man. Because that's my dedication song to my dad that passed away in 2020. You know, as I said before, my dad my dad was my true bestest friend in my whole world. And seeing him go through, his diabetic, you know, problems that he had to deal with, and not only that, but he was severely mentally messed up because of mental trauma that he kind of accidentally put himself through. Because when he was a kid, here's a really crazy story, and this happened in 1978. My dad was 11 years old, fell off a cliff that was 80 foot, and still lived. He jumped right off the cliff and still landed right on his bike. Only got cuts and bruises, really. But his bike was all fucked up. Sorry if I'm cussing, Lord. Pardon me. Sorry. I know I have a really bad habit with cussing. Especially even with me, talking about Christ and whatnot. I apologize. Anyway. My dad, he was mentally messed up from that. And, I think not just that aspect of his life, but he was kind of messing around with some people when he was younger that was kind of into drugs, and he ended up getting like 100 sheets or 100 hits of acid, like, seeped into his skin. And I'm talking about LSD. That mentally messed up his mind. And he just grew up with having just mental problems too, because of, those situations and whatnot. But, I'll be honest, I mean, I lived a life experimenting with different types of substances myself. And at times I knew with certain things that I was doing was gonna make me become addicted. You know what I'm saying? And like there's certain things, right now, I mean, and this is my perspective really on, addiction. I don't know, I don't know if I'll get any heat from this, from anybody that does suffer from, addiction, but, I don't mean anything out of disrespect, to anybody that deals with addiction, because my brother, for example, has dealt with a bad meth addiction life in his past life before he's seen Christ. But what I'm saying is, I've had my experiment, my experiments with drugs, and I I knew where my mind was leading me to, how those chemicals and substances that were making me addicted and making me crave, you know, that substance. I knew that was, a major devil that was trying to take over my life, and that's something, I looked at it and I was like, I can't do this anymore, This is not me. This is not who God wants me to be. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not I don't look at myself really religious by any means at all. And I know personally I am a very spiritual person. You know what I'm saying? And I feel so much out of life, not just within my own life, but out of everybody else's life that I've came in contact with. And as I mentioned before, I've witnessed I've witnessed weird, fucked up things that have either warped my mind or has made me look at life in a different perspective. You know what I'm saying? And, how can I deny that divine nature cannot be real? How can I sit there and actually plan out things like that happening? Can't. Not with a human mind. Not with a human being controlled mind. You know what I'm saying? And I mean that like as us as human beings, we are dead to sin. You know what I'm saying? We are dead to sin. But out of, we have to, kill ourselves, and not just I'm not saying physically kill ourselves. I don't put any sort of suicidal thoughts into any people's minds whatsoever. I don't want nobody to sit there and want to have the mentality to want to sit and think about and plan and want to kill themselves. You know? Like, life in general is too precious, man. It really is. Life in general is too damn precious. And we all gotta live it, man. One way or another. You know? But all I'm saying is Shinedown and Brent Smith, bro, thank you for coming back to Peoria and giving me my first ever experience to see you guys live. I wouldn't say it's a concert because it's more than a fucking concert seeing you guys live. It's an experience, you know? It's a life experience, bro. And I'm so honored to see that happen. So God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. Bless you. Bless you. Bless you. Bless you all for coming out. Diamante, Pretty Reckless, even, you know, I'm sorry, you know, I had kind of some odd vibes listening to you guys live. That's why I couldn't really sit and explain, like, different songs that you all had, because it just gave me an odd vibe, you know. And I don't mean that personally. I really don't. You know, you guys have got, you know, millions of followers that love your music, you know, and love, you know, what you guys do. And, you know, personally, you know, for what it's worth, you know, I've been a fan of you guys too, especially you, Taylor, because, like I said, you know, I've followed you ever since, you know, you were Cindy Lou Who. You know, I've wondered where your life was going to be taking you after that, you know what I'm saying? And with that, you know, being said, I'm glad I had to get all that off my chest finally. And if this does, you know, hopefully reach out to Brent Smith, you know, on the airwaves, on YouTube maybe. Because I do have, you know, Shinedown followed. I have, you know, I believe I have you subscribed and whatnot to Brent. So if you guys do see this, you know, give me a shout out. I mean, I'd be honored, bro. But as what your shirt said, it's never goodbye. Or it's... Give me a second. Give me a second. I got it. It's never a goodbye. But until next time. Much love. God bless.